Okay, this is the video example for number 3. So the expectation is that you are listening to me and that you are recording and practicing doing this kind of problem on your reflection sheet. So you don't have to graph these. I had a couple of people ask me during the test how to put cube root into the Desmos. You don't have to do that. This is providing you with an answer. And actually in the test, it was providing you with a bunch of work. You just had to find the error if there was one. But for number 3, we're going to actually just walk through the entire thing, especially paying attention to how to put it into the calculator correctly. Since, spoiler alert, that was the error on the test. Doesn't necessarily mean that will be the error all the time, including the retake, but that was the error in this case. So we're going to take 3, 2. So my x is 3 and my y is 2. And I'm going to sub those into both equations. So I'm going to do this one first. I've got 2 equals cube root, and then I've got x is my 3 minus 4 plus 3. Now, I'm not even going to sub in my other equation. I'm going to simplify this one first. So in mathematics, when we go from one line to the next, that shows we've simplified. Well, there's nothing to simplify on the left, so we're just going to rewrite our 2. This is really a question. Are these equal to each other? And then I'm going to put this in the calculator. So this is the part where you may have screwed it up. I don't know, it just depends. So to put cube root in, we're going to press the 3, and then we're going to press second, and we're going to press the exponent button. If you see right here, that's got a little x radical sign above it. That's what you want to see on your screen. We only want that for cube root. If you're doing a square root, that's not the button you want. So it's going to pop up like this. Now, it doesn't automatically have a parenthesis that pops up, so we need to type it in. And the reason we're typing it in is because we have to tell this calculator what numbers are under the radical and which numbers are not. So what's under the radical is this 3 minus 4. So in my calculator, I want to make sure that the 3 minus 4 is in parentheses. I close that, and then I've got that plus 3 at the end. So again, the 3 here, that's your cube root. Then this is the radical sign. And the one with the little baby x on it, we're going to use for cube root. I had to enter those parentheses to show what's under the radical, and then I've got the plus 3 after it. So that gave me a 2. So that worked. That tells me that 3, 2 is on this graph if I were to graph it. But the question is it the intersection point with this graph? So you have to do both. You can't just do one of them. You have to check both. So my second equation here, I've got my y, which is 2, negative, and then my 3 is my x, minus 4 squared plus 3. All right, and again, I'm going to show the 2 on this side because that's already simplified. And on this side, I'm going to sub it into my calculator. So I've got a negative sign out front, parenthesis, 3 minus 4, parenthesis. I'm going to square that. To square it, we use this key, x squared. So it's squared. And then I've got a plus 3 at the end. And that gave me a 2 as well. So what does this actually mean? This actually means that if I'm checking to see if 3, 2 is a solution, 3, 2 is a solution to the whole system, not just this equation or this equation. In order to be a solution to the whole system, it's got to work for both.